Freaking
Voodoo Ranger.
Do we have topics besides that? Did I miss that?
We're cutting most of that, so none of that is going on the air.
No, none of what was there will be. But for
Do we have topics other than drinking beer?
Voodoo Ranger.
We usually try to have a couple.
Let me look.
You, sir.
I've dropped.
Oh, we have an article about this one specifically.
Welcome to another episode of the American Beer Review Podcast.
Good times with good friends requires good beer. Lucky for us, we know how to pick all three.
We're a group of friends who grew up in the Pacific Northwest, giving us a jump start on our craft beer journey.
Join us today while Brian. I pride myself on not getting to know other people, so do not put that on me.
Alec. So the bananas up until like the 60s were an entirely different species of banana?
And Chad. It hit me like a wrecking ball.
Review some beer, talk about beer topics, and whatever else comes up. We invite you to pour yourself a drink and hang out with us.
So this is the number one IPA in America.
I do know that.
You do know that, or you did know that after Chad and I both posted it?
Before.
Also, you guys are...
I just copy and pasted yours. It makes it look like I
Before.
dropped it. I copy and paste from the news into the thing.
Yeah, there's no thing for this one.
I know, but
it didn't go.
But most of the time when you see me double up, it's just me copy and pasting your own article.
That Douglas Lager you posted about, like, a new beer is trying to take Seattleites back to macro style. You don't remember this one at all?
Oh,
Bro,
I just posted.
Yes, I did.
I posted
Yes.
the bitterness.
Do you know where the
article.
liquor license for that? I think it's lowercase is the one brewing it and making a new brand.
Okay.
Do you know where the liquor license is for?
Auburn, Washington.
The bottom side of Seven Seas,
Oh, really?
downstairs. Yeah, it's on the back, like where I park for work. I can literally see the
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, you know how they post the sign of like a new business getting a liquor license? It's right there.
The amount of double posting.
That you guys do?
Oh, all the time. Hey, I found this article. I posted that 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Hey, I posted an article. Chad posted that 3 days ago. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
No, and
I'm not going to say it's
I
it's
go into
mostly or all you, but it's mostly
I'm sure
all
our
you.
the algorithm on our phones is feeding us almost all the same news articles now. So
we're trying to
I've been trying to
contribute.
check. Yeah, I've been trying to check too before I do anything. No, I just posted the bitterness problem article. Basically,
Just posted?
yeah, that's the one I posted here since it's an IPA episode.
Where?
In the
Jesus
episode, the 11-1 Halloween special.
Oh, it's out of order on mine.
Yeah, it's all discombobulated right now
I got confused by the rice
because we
one.
got audibled.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you guys for accommodating me.
Oh, no, he's talking about last time when I did it.
Well,
When I was sick, and I was like, no, I'm not
You're on
drinking
death's
all of
doorstep.
Seven Seas.
Oh,
That was
right.
And
That was your flu game.
so instead,
I literally
we're taking it
Yeah.
all in it.
I had
9
an
a.m.
NA, I had an NA and a Pilsner.
I
That was so nice.
I
Just
forget what happened, and
going about my day after it without having that
was
hangover.
I came
Awesome.
home and I was like, I had 4 ounces of actual beer.
right. That's what I drank for the day.
Yeah, I didn't have it. Even then, like, I had beers Friday before that and started getting sick. That 4 ounces was from after Friday night. That 4 ounces is the only beers I had until like tailgate the next week, I think.
Right. All right. So today, we are sampling an assortment of Voodoo Ranger.
Voodoo Ranger. Voodoo
From-
Ranger.
I
What
never-
is it with Voodoo Ranger?
I never would have guessed.
What is
like-
what is the voodoo that you do so well? Isn't that
like it's blown up.
It's-
It's wild.
Yeah. So New Belgium. I remember Fat Tire from.
Yes.
I mean, my dad drank it before I even.
it
was of age.
It was cases upon cases of Fat Tire and glass bottles next to Widmer and
Yeah.
Henry
Henry
and
Weinhardt.
Henry Weinhardt's. That was what the beer section was in
Yeah.
grocery stores forever outside of Bud Heavy.
Yeah.
Because Bud Light wasn't even a big thing back in those days. It was Bud Heavy. You had like Bush.
Yeah.
and
Can
then,
they one time just do like a seasonal brand and just call themselves Bud Heavy? Like I
That
would,
would be
I would
dope.
I would actually buy that.
What if it was just heavy in that bow tie?
So Voodoo Ranger is New Belgium, so they're a craft beer, right? Are they owned by anybody?
They're aren't they a B Corp?
No.
B Corp.
B Corp is the like environmentally friendly one. I don't know if they're that.
Well, they did build the giant dome to suck up all the CO2
yes,
they're making.
they were in.
Oh yeah,
They went,
But they did
ESOP,
that years
think.
ago. I think they did that a decade or more ago.
Employee, stock owned, whatever.
Yes.
They're
We
not the
talked
one
about
that
this with-
immediately sold.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I think
So they're not
something
technically
I think
independent.
something changed
or
though.
craft.
No, I
Okay.
think something
No,
changed.
they did sell to an investment group, I think.
All
As long as
But
the
they were in the
investment
beverage.
group isn't
They would be hands off.
attached to
Yeah.
another
No, I don't think it was.
macro brewery,
No.
they're technically still an
I think it
independent.
was-
Let me see if it says.
I want to
anything
say
on
it
the
was a
cans.
company that did they were in the beverage space already.
Was this?
Oh, they are B Corp.
Nice.
Hey, nice.
Thanks, Brain.
Well done. All right, you keep talking, and I'm going to figure
I get a
out
win
Alright,
every once in a
whether
while.
they're independent or
All right,
not.
so I'll give you some time here. So Voodoo Ranger. So you're on a pirate ship from the 1600s in the San Diego Bay during Comic Con. I don't think
What?
that happened. Yep. But,
Okay.
it's a scorching hot day, and in your hand is a cold beer. This beer is the reason behind this tall ship activation. This beer makes more sense being at Comic Con convention than a beer fest. This beer is performing better in market than any other beverage of its type. This beer is New Belgium's Voodoo Rangers. Ranger, sorry.
Man, I hope that was 30 seconds because I got a
was-
ass clapping video for that.
A what?
Ass clapping.
New Belgium is owned by Lion.
I don't know what that.
It is a Australasian company, alcoholic beverage company, operating in Australia, New Zealand, owned by Kirin,
So it's technically not craft anymore.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's American. It's made in America, right?
Colorado,
Oh, yeah.
Fort Collins, Colorado, and
Oh.
Asheville, North Carolina.
Thank goodness we review American beer.
Yeah. Well,
Made in America beer.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's American beer review, but we're not that.
The beer
Selective.
landscape is getting so complicated of people coming in and wanting to buy brands now.
Um,
Yeah.
It's just hard to navigate. But these folks are on the shelves.
I
They have
used to have
space.
it's a bottle. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have a app called Craft Check, and it would tell you whether your beer was craft or crap.
Yeah.
Then they got bought out.
It also says that. So speaking of going into the B Corp stuff, in '99 they became the first wind-powered brewery.
Yeah, they've been like
Cover.
they aren't. There are some people getting caught up now on all this stuff. New Belgium's kind of the OG of let's get our stuff off grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were acquired by Lion, an Australian subsidiary of Kirin, in 2019. And then, Chad, you were talking about it. I thought it was more longer ago, but it's saying just last month, New Belgium integrated the industrial heat pump, which is projected to reduce its greenhouse gases as well as an overall carbon footprint. So maybe I just saw the projected picture of it all.
Yeah. What
So-
was that? The Imperial that you just?
Yeah, which
poured?
one? Okay, so
Yeah.
did you do the wrong
This,
order?
this is the
No,
Imperial
I-
IPA at 9%.
Yeah.
Is that you're just sighing because of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the deal. So,
You want to cover B Corp for like a half second?
oh yeah, yeah.
He needs to
sure.
prepare for this.
So, B Corp it has to do with its like environmental, like sustainability, and oh, man, I really struggle with the main one that I know of is Aslan in Bellingham.
Which you're
But-
wearing the sweatshirt right now.
Yeah, forget about
You had to look
Yeah.
down to see what you were wearing today.
So, yeah, man. I mean, it's sweatshirts and stuff, man. I don't know.
I got pants on. What do you want?
Yeah, B Corps are leaders in the global movement for an inclusive, equitable, and regenerative economy. It basically measures a company's entire social and environmental impact. So they really it really takes a lot of work to do it, and I bet you probably have less than 10 breweries that are actual
qualified.
B Corp. That would be
Because
one of
you
my
have to
things.
be able to invest those dollars into your facility to do those things. Like they built out the solar, that was easy, but then they built like the special equipment to capture all the CO2 coming off the fermentation tanks. That's just a lot of dollars to put in, especially when you are at the forefront of it, because you're kind of doing all the troubleshooting at that time. So hopefully doing all the work and the pioneering, okay, we got to figure it out. Here's how we can make it way more affordable for a smaller craft brewer to do our CO2 capture, or I think they're even doing like water capture. Like they got their water usage just to an obscene level. So being the big boys on the shelf and selling all those Voodoo Rangers help funding a more sustainable.
Yeah.
And sustainable, it can also be, hey,
Profitable.
we're saving water. We're not paying for electricity. We don't have to, CO2 is through the roof because of the shortage or whatever. We don't need it because the yeast are sitting making our beer.
It own, yeah.
And now we're capturing this resource that we need to use and able to kind of, I think it's kind of every manufacturer of goods would love to have, hey, here's this resource that we were paying for that needs to go into the item.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got it for free.
We're getting it technically for free. We had to put some capital up, whatnot, at the beginning, but now it's after a long enough time, it pays itself off and then starts paying dividends.
I was wrong. There's more than two hands of B Corp breweries, but they are still
There's
only
more than a Tulsa.
There's more than Tulsa. I was just talking to my friend from Oklahoma about that.
Oh man, I haven't researched Tulsa.
University of Tulsa was going to do the largest beer tasting, I think.
And I saw that article. It was like only 1,200 people.
It only would
that's
take
disappointing.
1,200, but it was three. But it was like tasting, like literally led by someone, like three beers, like talking about the.
We should have fly in and be part of it. I mean, come on,
I'm here for it. There was more than 20 B Corp breweries.
Okay.
Some are international for it, but a different Forbes article said it is 0.00. I think another 0.2%.
Negligible, yeah.
So,
impact.
So getting back to the actual beer. So we talked about Voodoo Ranger, but
yes,
you read that description, but really, Voodoo Ranger is now its own brand.
It's almost like a sub-brand of New Belgium.
I had no idea it was New Belgium.
Does it even, so like the glass bottle says it.
Like initially when it first came out.
Okay, it does say on the top. Okay.
It says on the top of every can, New Belgium.
Okay.
I always thought, it's the Skeleton Guy beer.
But now there's
not to be confused with the Stone Brewing Dead Guy.
Did Stone do Dead
Guys?
Was it Stone though?
Was it Stone?
I don't think it was Stone.
Who did get? Or was that Rogue?
The research.
Brian will do the research. So
anyways, but they were like that. Like years ago, I was like, Voodoo Ranger skeleton dude. Yeah, that's on all the cans.
Yeah,
and whatnot.
It's Rogue.
Oh, it was Rogue.
Guy,
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rogue. Shout out for your tasty donut stout that you don't make anymore.
Voodoo Ranger, or not Voodoo Ranger, Voodoo Donuts.
Yeah,
another nice tie-in. Bring us back to Voodoo.
Perfect. That's what he was trying for.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was like just all of a sudden I'd see Fat Tire and I'd see Voodoo Ranger and never
put two and two together.
Because they're just so. Fat Tire was always so classic. They had the watercolors and whatnot, and then it's just Voodoo Ranger was like the original Bored Ape NFT club. whatever.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where they leaned into is it's a very social media friendly
Yeah.
type brand. They do a lot through that. But yeah, they don't have their like bicycle logo. So it says New Belgium on every can, but they don't have their traditional logo on any of them. So it's almost like it's separate brand. And it started with Voodoo Ranger, and now they have, I mean,
Do you want to see how many they have?
depending on what store you go into, so however many they have, but depending on which store you go into, it's an entire shelf of Voodoo Ranger sometimes.
I mean, there's
at
at least 10.
Different.
8 different ones.
Well, and they obviously have a seasonal one that we'll get to in a minute, but they probably have multiples.
Is it the pumpkin one?
It is the pumpkin one.
It is the pumpkin one. This is also AKA the Halloween special for 2023.
They did have one. I swear I've had it. I thought I had checked it in, but it doesn't. But they have one that's Voodoo Ranger 1985. I bought literally just because that's the year I was born.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
It's a baby.
I don't know why a whole 6 months younger than you. I swear I checked it in, but okay. So we have
Wait for the atomic pickle that I have stacked for you.
I hate you so much. So we have the Imperial,
Yes.
which most of these are all pretty boozy.
I thought the Imperial was their like
The OG.
the OG.
There is a regular, just Voodoo Ranger IPA,
Okay.
and that one comes in at 7%.
Okay, so this is 9%.
Yeah.
This is also the second recording of the day,
Yeah.
but this feels like a deceptive 9.
Okay.
I haven't drank it
I'll
yet.
take this.
This is more of this is a classic IPA. I would say,
we saw these creep into stores.
according to our palate.
Yeah, I wouldn't guess.
I wouldn't guess 9. So we saw these I saw these creep into stores that had like malt liquor bans.
Yes.
So they couldn't carry like a Steel Reserve or whatever Hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
But you can carry craft beer. So you could carry a 19.2 of Voodoo Ranger Imperial, and it's the same thing, if not heavier, for a little bit higher price. Not a little bit, a lot higher price.
Yeah. My favorite thing about those taking over the malt liquor section
Yeah.
is initially the branding was they just took their 12-ounce can or their 16-ounce can and just
Made it bigger.
made it bigger. But then after a while, you started seeing at the very top, like that band of color, and then in a contrasting font, the alcohol percentage,
Mm-hmm.
just like the Steel Reserve and the Hurricanes used to do.
Yeah.
Because everyone is, I don't care what the price, I want to see the price because everything's priced the same. What's got the most hooch in it?
Mm-hmm.
So all of the 19.2s, the branding has to be different because that's what the 19.2s on a C-store shelf are for.
Going back to our last podcast, what's the one of the 7 Seas beers that's in 19.2s?
The Imperial Hazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is in a bottle, but that's probably just where I bought it from.
Yeah. This does go back. I checked one into these back in 2018.
Yeah. No, it's been around for a while.
But it's been like a slow creep.
Because they started with a couple, and now they have, like I said, a full shelf.
Yeah.
And I think it's that, was it the Juice Force or the Fruit Force?
Those are the newest.
Those were the ones that really took off.
Do we have one of those
We
today?
got both of them.
Yeah.
So how many of these do we have?
4 more
5.
to go.
Oh, yeah.
5?
4 more.
4 more to go.
Okay.
We can split them, or we can. How about we?
We'll
all
divide
do-
and conquer.
So let's do the pumpkin.
Yeah. And then we can split the last
split the
3.
rest of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see which one I haven't had. And that's one. I have not had Atomic Pumpkin.
Well, I haven't had any of them, so that's easy.
I have not either. So we have Atomic Pumpkin. Well, we'll cover the rest of them.
I have not had.
Let's just do the pumpkin.
Let's just do the pumpkin.
Find that.
I didn't even know this existed until
I actually haven't had. I feel like this is one of those
So
where I talked about where I've avoided
back
the
to
brand
the-
a little bit.
Back to the Imperial.
Okay.
Real quick.
Go ahead, Chad, and then
Yes.
Brian can finish his point.
It's like a heavy amber ale, almost. There's not a ton
Whoa.
I'm not getting like citrus hops. I'm getting way more malt. The hops is subtle for me, or I'm just blown out.
And this is where I think part of it is the Imperial is the benefit. Like, I think people are buying them realizing that like it's not actually like a heavily like bitter IPA. I think that's why this brand is like, and they're leaning into it. The juice force, the fruit force, that type of stuff. They're leaning into this like style of it to make it kind of accessible to everyone. That they're trying to do that and to make it.
I get it from that point now.
Because this is and that's also the thing I've talked about before. My wife, when she drank beer, would be she didn't like the IPAs a lot. She'd call it, Pine Sol or that type. That's always what she felt. But a double, But a double,
the malty,
she always liked more, and it's because of that. It just you're not relying on the bitterness, and you got to realize. So this is again our perspective, right? Being Northwest, this is out of Colorado and North Carolina.
Yep,
originally Colorado.
Yeah,
but really working for a national like
distribution. Yeah,
and international.
Oh yeah, for sure at this point. So the next one we have up. So this
Atomic
is
Pumpkin.
Atomic Pumpkin, and it's actually
Ace. I love how it smells.
Special release is on the can, but they got special crossed out, and it's a spicy release. So maybe that'll
I can't
prepare your palate. Have you tasted it?
No. I'm thinking about just the branding of stuff. Like I really think it like they're kind of leaning into like the cheese ballness. I feel like.
For this one, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is ale brewed with pumpkin, obviously, cinnamon and chilies, which I did not realize until just now, which is not making me happy.
I definitely get the cinnamon aroma. Like
cinnamon and pumpkin makes sense. I don't know where the chilies.
I think you guys are gonna be fine on the spice.
It's the Atomic.
I guess.
Like that's the thing. We didn't realize.
Do they have an atomic line?
What?
Like this? Do they have an atomic line where?
Not in the Voodoo.
No, I think this is just for.
So this is the first.
Yeah.
Atomic. Like they're
You're
gonna
be fine. This is not jalapeno beer.
Chad has to like talk us off the ledge.
Yeah.
Oh. You can.
There's a little bit, but it's more. But
it's been around a while.
It's like a very watered down hot tamale.
Yeah, you can taste.
Okay, so I'm being told not spicy, but you can taste it.
You can taste that there are peppers in this.
Yeah,
or there's chilies in this,
but it's not.
I don't want a whole can.
Nope.
Of that.
No.
Nope. It's not a traditional pumpkin beer.
No. It is pumpkin-y.
It is pumpkin-y. And you get the cinnamon. It definitely
habanero chili peppers.
Okay.
Just the right amount.
It's just heat. Pumpkin pie spice.
Guys, I bought this in the store because I was trying to round out our Voodoo Ranger lineup.
We had to review this because I took a picture of it on a pumpkin.
Oh,
We're
nice.
We're locked in.
I don't like pumpkin. I don't like spice.
I'm not tasting pumpkin.
We have a game that we're going to play in the next episode, probably.
Is it
but
only beers that I hate?
No.
Okay.
But I would, before tasting the other three, I would rank this at the bottom 5. I don't need to blind rank them to tell you that this is my least favorite.
Pumpkin is just not my go. Just not.
You didn't touch it. We looked at it because we were going to pause because I didn't
there we
want
go. For some reason,
controversial stuff to be recorded.
And we're back.
Okay.
How long ago?
I don't know, like 10 seconds.
Oh, okay. So
let's go back in time 10 seconds. When I popped up to rinse my glass out.
You bumped something?
All right.
No.
Well, you can fix it.
Computers.
Because
we'll fix it.
You say that, and I don't. I have heard a couple things that actually were fixed.
Yeah, if you pay attention to it, if you listen to it like
really carefully.
Well, after you just recorded it.
Oh yeah.
That's why I wait like a week before I drop it, so you guys can't hear it. Remember?
I'm back to not listening.
What?
Yeah.
You're not even supporting our channel?
I download.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
all that matters.
I'm probably one of the first people to download because I am up at 4:30 to work out in the morning, and I download it then.
I wake up about the same time, so.
I think this has a space for.
Somebody.
I would.
It's a pumpkin beer.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be seasonal. You're going to have one.
I just don't, who decided we want pumpkin and spice? Like not like cinnamon, but like heat.
The heat one is what throws me off because I made that pumpkin spice lager and I thought it turned out really good.
That is, there's one that Elysian does that I've like ordered on accident, and I'm like, okay, that's not bad, like pumpkin wise. But that pumpkin spice lager is still hands down the best pumpkin beer I've ever had.
Right, well, because it had a crap ton of real pumpkin and then pumpkin spice in it. I don't know where the heat factors in. Anyway, let's throw these back so we can move on to the next beer.
Yeah.
Or
On to the next one. That was just a little bit of spice with pumpkin pie flavoring. I got no pumpkin.
Right.
We're gonna.
There's no pumpkin spice flavor.
No.
It's
There's cinnamon.
And cinnamon and heat.
Yeah.
I get all the flavors.
I know where it's gonna be fridge, but we'll fridge it all at the end.
I'm not. Oh, is this my assigned?
Yeah.
Assigned Voodoo?
I'm giving you the cans so that you can read off of them.
Hold on. What are? Because
it's random.
if I had this one, I want a different one. So
Okay,
I'm checking before.
Spread them around because.
Oh shoot! I just lost it. Every time I try to type voodoo, I type kudu.
When would you type kudu?
Because the V and the C are next to each other.
I feel like
kudu isn't a word.
I feel like after the last update on my iPhone, like something's off on the keyboard because I'm hitting I totally hit that button right.
So it's not just me fat
The
figuring it.
autocorrect is like,
yeah.
Why would I type that?
Why does it always auto capitalize May?
I don't know.
I'm never talking about the month. I may do this. We may it's never. I don't know.
All right, are you good with that?
It's fine. Yeah, I've never had it. I do. I'll want to try some of them.
You got the juicy haze.
We got extras.
Yeah, it's fine. So
I've got the juice
I got
force.
signed juicy haze.
How did you know that? It wasn't even.
They took pictures.
Okay, I guess.
That one has the rhino, right? No.
No,
Did one of them have a rhino?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, we didn't.
One of the guys was like a rhino.
No, we didn't get that one.
Oh, okay. So there is one. So I have the Juicy Haze IPA.
Oh, they did, but it was a 6-pack and.
Oh, okay. So they did have a rhino
I'm on a
guy.
budget.
I'm not like losing my mind. There is nothing about the beer on the can, other than it's 12 ounces. Oh, and 7.5%.
Damn it!
You gave yourself the boozy one, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, so you got the juicy haze.
Yeah, I got Juicy
Ryan got that
Haze. I'm
one.
gonna pull it up. So
I got the
categorized-
Juice Force hazy IPA.
Okay, so the Juicy Haze is categorized as an IPA New England /hazy,
Okay.
packed with bright tropical aromas and brilliant citrusy flavors. This unfiltered IPA wraps up with a pleasantly smooth finish. That description makes me feel like I'm going to enjoy this. And I'm not going to finish that pumpkin beer.
I'm not finishing the pumpkin beer either.
I put my pumpkin beer down the sink.
Yeah.
It's very light bodied. It does have a little haze to it. It's very like golden colored.
Yeah.
Real like light body, easy drinking, citrusy, like almost.
It like keeps. Okay, now we're good. It like for some reason, it the recording button quits recording. I don't know why.
Very professional.
There we go. We're back.
We're professionals.
We're back.
How long have we been off?
Like 3
The
seconds.
the second I said hold on,
Okay.
that was when I noticed. Like I got my eyeballs on it.
Are we, technically professional beer drinkers?
No, because we don't get paid to do this.
Not yet.
I used to say that I
Like and subscribe. Tell your friends, and we
Yeah.
might get paid someday.
I was a professional driver
Okay.
because I was a valet.
Oh.
I got paid to drive cars,
yeah.
Technically, yes.
right?
I mean, does that make me a professional gambler because I've won money and then paid bills with the money that I've
Ooh.
won?
What does it take to be a professional gambler? That is
Right? I mean,
Did you claim it on your taxes?
do not. I
No, there's
on
no-
advice.
no,
on
no,
advice
not,
of
not on air. I mean, yes.
advice
I
of your
plead
lawyer,
the
I would
plead the
say-
fifth. No, but, you
Do
never
not answer
never
that.
hit the. Hang on. Now we're a little.
Are we off again?
No, we're spiking now.
We're just loud because
We're
I'm
spiking.
Okay.
I'm finally waking up
We're having
after
fun now.
like 17 beers
this
this morning.
9.5 has entered my body.
Yours
Coffee.
is also 9.5.
Yeah.
For the first time in
You got yours is
3.5
7.5.
years.
Mine's
Mine is
7.5.
9.5. Alex is 9.5.
Yes, I won the lotto.
Insane.
Okay, let's move the pumpkin beer.
So I have the
Yeah.
Juice Force
Yeah.
IPA,
Okay.
which is also a hazy imperial IPA.
Mm-hmm.
This is very pineapple forward
Okay.
on the nose, but it's very light flavoring, but it's almost candy-like. It's like a candy I've had before, but if you told me it had 9.5, I would say you're a liar, and I would crush the rest of this can,
Yeah.
and then be in big trouble.
I just am going to go on the record and correct myself at times. Do you remember the last podcast when I said no one puts juice in the descriptor of their beers?
Yeah,
like
it's-
literally on the can.
Mm-hmm. Juice Force.
Yeah.
I'm having Juice Force IPA. Brian's having the Juicy Haze IPA.
And I'm pretty sure fruit
Yeah.
turns into a juice, which is what I'm having.
How do you differentiate
And you're having
between a fruit force,
Fruit
and a
Force.
juice force?
The Fruit Punch IPA.
Wait, it's literally fruit punch?
No.
No,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the descriptor on the can is a Fruit Punch
What?
IPA.
Where?
Yep. Nope. It is Fruit Punch IPA at 9.5%.
Thank you for buying 12-ounce cans. I'm just going to...
You made fun of me when I brought them in and
Listen.
said, "Oh, you bought the 12 ounces and not the 19.2s," and I was like, "That's what they had available in the store that I could buy singles."
Number
Also, I
one-
didn't want to spend a ton of money, and we're gonna have 6 of them.
Number one, they are known, we'll get to this, they are known for being in a 19.2.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I am not always known for making smart decisions when it comes to beer intake. So, yes.
Speaking of bad decisions.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to try this.
I'm trying the fruit force or the juice force first. So,
All right, so we'll go through.
hey, remember how we weren't going to
don't-
all drink them?
Don't chug it. Oh, God damn.
So I've got the Fruit Force
Woof.
Fruit Punch IPA. Like- Chad says this is a sipper for sure, but 9.5% ABV.
Guys, the juice force is really
I think
good.
he likes it.
It's really good. It's like grapefruity.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get
candy.
pineapple.
It's got
I get
candy.
like a sweet grapefruit.
This one's not great. It's a Fruit Punch IPA, which is not something that I need in my life. This
It's too sweet?
This fits like a Four Loko category.
Oh.
Like you're drinking it because you are 22 years old and want to
It's
get
in a 19.2.
19.2 and you
9.5.
got
the booze,
and you want to get drunk. I mean, you guys should sip it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pass it around.
Do you want to try the juice force?
I'll
'Cause-
try the juice. Yeah.
dude.
Okay.
Oh, that hazy's. I want the hazy at like a 6.
Fruit punch IPA. Okay.
Oh, fantastically better.
Yeah.
Juice Force is way
Yeah.
better.
Oh, I can't even pour it. What is this? This must be the 9.5 getting to me.
Yeah, it's
The smell is nice
The smell is
on
pleasant.
on the fruit force.
Yeah, on the Fruit Force, the smell is pleasant, but 9.5, and then the taste on it is here you go.
You fruit forcing?
yeah, might as well. Fuck it, chuck it.
Because what did we have a few months ago? That was the.
I'm gonna do something smart.
Going into the Wayback Machine here.
We did fruit
What's he doing
punch.
smart? Dumping out his 9.5?
Yeah, probably.
A taste of the hazy.
Oh, that's the lightest one.
I know.
We did the Hawaiian Punch themed beer.
Sorry, I literally like inhaled and as my remembering of that, and I like, choked myself. Yes, I forgot about the fruit punch beer.
And that one was infinitely better than this.
Okay, it was also like literally like the Kool-Aid Man ran through the wall.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. It was the Kool-Aid Man beer, right?
It smells too sweet.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and this is going to get us into the article.
Oh, yeah. We do have an article to follow up on.
Yeah.
Voodoo Ranger, in its, I think, entirety of the brand, is the number one.
And two.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Is it picking one, or is it using the collective?
No, it's like the classic Voodoo Ranger is number one, and like the Imperial is number two.
So then I wonder if these other ones are just new enough
That they
they're
haven't
not
hit. Yeah.
there, but they could be. So, but what they've done with this flavor profile, this brand, and the 19.2 can
Mm-hmm.
is they are catering to a specific, like,
Audience.
yes,
For sure.
that they I don't hate the fruit punch IPA as much as maybe you do. It's not what I'm going to look for. But when you talk about it in like how do you engage that younger
Mm-hmm.
legal drinking age
Yeah.
person, it's through these. You can put this, you can drink this 19.2 of what was yours, the Fruit Force?
Yeah, the fruit force.
And you can switch to almost drinking anything else, and you're not left with like that bitter beer mouth. You're not
Yeah.
left with like that can go straight to a cocktail. That can go straight to light beer. Like this can be your flavor forward boozy, and then I'm drinking light beer the rest of the day. Like this is a beer Borg in a 19.2 can.
So if I had handed you this, even the Fruit Force or
Mhm.
the Juice Force or anything but the Atomic Pumpkin as your first beer, we've talked. No. We've talked about it multiple times. Like I handed you your first beer and it was a Bud Heavy.
Oh,
And
yes.
you're going, what is this going to taste
Yes.
like? I'm like, it's going to taste terrible.
You literally said ass.
Yeah, it's going to taste like ass. If I had handed you one of these,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have said that, and you probably would have had more than just the neck of the bottle before we
Yeah.
left to go out and try to celebrate your birthday.
And drinking literally no beer the entire rest of the night.
Yeah, well, and at I don't know what Bud Heavy is, 5 something, but now I'm giving you a 9.5 that you're going to kill.
Yeah. Like I said, they found something. And the other thing too is you're talking about what we call like, a legacy brand. That's the word I'm looking for. A legacy brand in New Belgium. What do you want? The haze? Do you want mine?
Just to round it out.
So is this the one that you just had, or did you?
I have not had this one.
Well,
That's
He
why I
had,
was
he had the
looking
one
for
I
it.
had.
Because when
the Juice Force.
when you drank the Juice Force, it was like instant. Like I was talking, and you literally mouthed like,
Juice Force
"This is way better."
pretty good.
Yeah.
And I get it. I think I don't mind the Fruit Force. It's just not like my cup of tea. But again, 22-year-old me.
Maybe.
I mean, we were drinking like apricot Hefeweizen or whatever it was.
Yeah.
If this was
Crot.
Fruit Force Imperial Sour, Fruit Punch Sour,
Ooh, okay.
then you got me. But going fruit punch IPA, as somebody who's dealt with IPAs forever, I'm expecting pine, citrus. That was his fruit punch.
It an
that
IPA because that's generally the.
But that's what this brand is.
And that's what I mean. It's like, is it really?
Because even thinking back, and
Does the Atomic Pumpkin say IPA on it?
Yeah, they're all Atomic Pumpkin.
No,
Pumpkin does not say IPA.
And on Untapped, it's categorized as a pumpkin/yam beer.
Mm.
I don't think IPA.
All right, so the Imperial IPA
Yes.
has enough of an IPA bite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I understand that's an IPA. The rest of these,
The,
and I'm not the beer nerd in this group, but I don't know what constitutes being an IPA versus an ale. I don't know that the rest of these.
It's got to be the hops.
They hit an IBU, which, tying into our news article, what the hell is up with bitterness? Because
Way more subjective now, I feel
because IBUs are a clinical measure of
international bittering units.
But it's it's a certain chemical that comes out of the hops. I forget what the name is, but it's a scientific measurement of.
I'm not that nerdy. I don't remember.
Yeah, whatever this specific chemicals that come out of the hops, and that's what IBUs are.
Yeah. Alpha acids.
Alpha acid. It's the level of alpha acids in your beer.
We got it.
But
it's almost like we do this.
But the problem with you're just measuring it.
Yeah.
It's not a measurement of, oh, these are citrus hops or these are floral hops or
it's almost like Scoville units.
Yeah.
Where at some point
it
just kind of goes out the window and it's not actually measuring the heat or the
because you could have
flavors.
2 beers at the same IBU.
Yep.
That's yes.
And you could and
100%.
one could taste like you just gargled a pine sol.
Yeah.
And the other one could be a hazy or something else where it was like drinking LaCroix where it just farted in your face. Oh, here's some hops. Like one of these Voodoo Rangers. Like
you're
even though they're very good, there was just not a ton of hops.
There was an era where, and I feel like I probably was. I've gone through all the different beer bro phases, but there was a time where one, you would go in and you just got the booziest thing.
Okay.
We all lived that one, right?
Yep.
And then it was the phase of, hey, what has your highest IBUs?
Yep.
And it was just asking for that. And maybe it was there's 2 parts to it. One, the introduction of a New England, where you're like, yeah, man, there's a lot of hops in here, but it's not gonna taste like
we took the edge off of it with some flaked wheat or flake oats.
And then you have the an Imperial. And so you talked about the Scoville units. There, I think at 90 something is IBUs. It is imperceptible.
Right.
And
chemically you can test them, but
even if someone says that they have 120 IBUs,
you can't taste the difference.
No, it literally is not even measurable, I think, by the testing things. It's
really?
Bro, most will be 90-ish. Somewhere around there that's just we put in a lot. That's it. But going back to Chad's point, it really is about the type of hops now.
Mm-hmm.
It is about when you put in the hops.
Mm-hmm.
It is that whole game of doing that stuff that make it what's really happening with your beer. And you can't just walk in and I appreciate those ones that have the IBU. It gives you some balance. But I've talked about this before. My sister does not usually like IPAs.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to go in and just say, okay, well, I'm not doing anything that's above 30 IBUs, you're really missing out on some flavors and some styles and stuff that honestly are not going to hit you the way you think they're going to hit you.
Well, and we've talked about it several times here is the rest of the flavors in the beer counteract all the IBUs.
Yep.
So it can.
But You can get, and that's where you get into like a double IPA.
Yeah.
Will taste a lot less hoppy than a single, even though it may have higher IBUs. It's because you have a lot more of the malts. I love that one. That's my favorite.
Go for it. There's got a little bit left in there.
The malts, the other flavors can counteract or balance everything out. And like your sister, yeah, a double IPA is preferable to a single because it doesn't taste as hoppy. It's just got so much more going on in it. If it didn't carry a higher ABV, it might actually be my preferable move.
So all of that to say,
all that said,
freaking New Belgium and Voodoo Ranger is
They're taking over the market and
like smashing it,
crushing.
Like it is so wild to think of just one brand. And honestly, and maybe it's just because they're still new, I would not have guessed that the Imperial and the OG are the top two.
Right? In the entire country.
Yeah. So here, I mean, I have seen one time somebody purchase one of these in person.
I've never had one before today.
I've had them purchased for me.
Okay.
I think my sister got me one of the 19.2s as like a, hey, here's a beer for you when you are finally done with COVID after your first bout of COVID. But in person, I seen one time somebody buy one, and it was, I mean, like a 20-something, like 23,
Younger.
24, and it was like a holiday, like 4th of July or something, and they were like 11 o'clock in the morning, and you knew that was like, they're going somewhere that's going to have other stuff, but that was their like starters or their like getting
backup beer, yeah.
Yeah, so that was interesting. That
and the branding
that's
makes
what I was
me
gonna say.
think is so this time of year we're in October. Do they crush it this time of year?
Yeah.
I mean, not with the Atomic Pumpkin, but like their branding.
I just think about people grabbing them like instead of having a full 6-pack, like you grab one or two of these and you're walking to tailgate.
Yeah.
Like, especially the freaking fruity juicy, like,
and doing the research on it beforehand, like Chad told me to do, and I didn't.
He didn't
very much this time, but it's their social media presence is massive. So whether it's the cool dude,
it's got a character. I mean, he literally has something. Each thing has a different vibe with the skeleton dude.
And Voodoo Ranger has taken over New Belgium.
Where did the name even come from?
No idea.
No clue.
Didn't do that much research.
But like, how did it somehow stick? So looking at some of these,
how did it stick? They got one, and now they have 12.
Well, and that's the thing. But going back to, I think it's been a slow. Like we see this spike, but it's been a slow ride.
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
They literally just like the originals. I think are back in like 2017, 2018. Atomic Pumpkin's been around since 2017 at least. And
I don't know why.
Someone likes it.
Having that fat tire be the backbone allows them
not anymore.
Not anymore, but it allowed them to, hey, we came up with the Voodoo. However, the Voodoo Ranger came up with.
I think they made one.
We're seeing some traction with it. We're getting the shelf space. Let it organically grow, and then once either they started making the 19.2s or the malt liquor, they saw the hole in the malt liquor window. Go, we could take this Voodoo Ranger, apply it to this in the Four Loko vacuum or the Steel Reserve vacuum.
The 19.2s
and makes them really
has been a recent,
and we're recapturing all this CO2, so we can afford to make an everyday 9% beer that has churned out a ton of CO2 that we're just collecting back into our
9.5.
I mean, tell me
operation.
that like if you're 21 and 22 in college, we would have bought these.
Oh yeah, I'd be
In
crushing.
As a starter,
in
for sure.
giants. Like,
I'd be starting the night with this Fruit Punch
Okay.
IPA.
All right, well, so that leads us into where do you rank Voodoo
okay,
Rangers?
so recap the ones that we tried today.
We started off with Atomic Pumpkin. I will
We
lead
did not
off.
start with Atomic Pumpkin.
So we started with
We started
their
with the Imperial.
Okay. Just list them all for me.
So we went with the Imperial IPA.
Okay.
Then we went to the Atomic Pumpkin.
Okay.
And then we split off our 3 ways,
And then all had them.
and then all had them.
So that's hazy, juice haze,
Yeah,
fruit force, and juice force.
Yeah, I started with the Juice Force. The breakout session was I did the Juice Force Hazy IPA.
Okay.
Alec did the Fruit Force Fruit Punch IPA.
Garbage.
Brian did the Juicy Haze IPA.
Okay.
The Juicy Haze Hazy IPA.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to start?
I can go. I'm actually liking the Juicy Haze.
I thought he was going to say his favorite was the pumpkin one.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No. Juicy Haze, Juice Force, the Classic Imperial,
Mhm.
and then
Ooh, what's
what's worse?
Yeah.
The Fruit Punch one is probably better than the Pumpkin.
yeah.
Is where I rank them.
Your bottom 2 are the same for me.
Yeah.
I don't think I dislike the fruit force as much as you did. It's fine. It's just not like it's too sweet. It's
Yeah.
just not my and honestly like a fruit punch IPA just feels
Wrong.
weird. But it's not bad. I'm probably gonna I might put Juice Force number 1. It was
Okay.
delightful. Like that grapefruit, like the only reason to put it lower is the booziness. I would love it at a 6.
Ooh, any of these. So
Mhm.
we're
Yeah.
ranking them, not fridging them, but
Yeah.
any of these are tough to fridge.
Because even honestly, the one time I looked back that I've had one of them recently, and it still was a couple years ago, but it was like a 19.2 that
Yeah.
I don't know how I had it. The reason that I sat down to drink it, it was my beer for like a fantasy football draft. Where
Yeah.
I'm literally just like sitting in one place
This
for a
is-
couple hours
This is
and just
my
like
beer for the entire
Yeah.
time. Yeah, so that's like I said, we're ranking them, not fridging them, but these are all of them beer fridge at best, and it would be I'm having a beer.
Yeah, so I'll probably put the Imperial second.
Okay.
And then the Juicy Haze is good. It just like to me,
It doesn't
fairly
look that hazy. Yeah.
it's like a it's just a light variant of each of the things. It's kind of juicy, it's kind of hazy. If they had a better like hazy on its own, it literally is like, did you just like pour half and half and put it in a can of the fruit
Oh,
force?
yeah.
shoot, I
Yeah.
should have done
And-
that.
Make your own blend.
The only one I'm actually going to fridge one. The only one that
Okay.
I will fridge is the Juice Force Hazy IPA, which even at 9.5 is pretty damn good. But yes, in a perfect world, give me that at 6.
But what can size are you
Right.
fridging?
12.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we're old.
I'm not. I'll buy 19.2, but I'm saran wrapping with a rubber band, half of it for the next day. There's just no way I'm sitting down for any of these. But I have to put the caveat in. So that's the only one I'm fridging. My second, yes, the Imperial IPA. I'm not fridging that.
No.
Um,
There's enough other like
Mm-hmm.
if I can bring a 4-pack of that to a party, I'll bring it. The Juicy Haze, meh. The Fruit Punch IPA, meh. But those are mehs with the caveat. I get it. I get
Yeah.
why
They're going
I
for
get
it,
I
yeah.
get why it's selling.
that fruit one is so
It's
fruity.
like when I say meh, it's not because it's just
It's not a bad
it's undrinkable beer. It's just
It's not what you want.
I'm not vibing with it.
yeah.
But I get why people are out there buying it and selling shitloads. The Atomic Pumpkin,
No, the
I don't know what the
juice.
I don't want to be a dick, but I don't know what the fuck's going on with that.
Oh, party foul.
We're good.
It might not be.
We're good.
Don't worry as we scramble for stuff.
Yeah. But me not knowing what's going on there because it wasn't really pumpkin, it wasn't really spicy. It was just kind of they needed to pick one, like lean into the spice or lean into the pumpkin.
Yeah,
They did both. When you do two things mediocre at the same time, it's worse.
I think
for
somebody
it.
who, but what do you feel about pumpkin beers in general? Like if you go to like your local brewery and in October they have a pumpkin beer on tap, are you going to get one?
I will have one.
I'll
A
have
whole
one.
pint?
But there is
One.
See, but there's people. What I'm trying to say is there are people who really like. Well, maybe I should say this. There has to be people that are really into pumpkin beers because people keep making them.
Oh, I know.
And keep making a lot of them.
I know. The line at Starbucks
Oh god.
to get is just everybody getting
And
the
I
pumpkin.
think-
It's pumpkin spice season.
I think, but they did a different version. That's what their key is they're doing something different with it. We don't. We
But I
don't
didn't taste
like
pumpkin. No, I didn't taste pumpkin.
It. I did.
No, I got pumpkin.
I got pumpkin pie spice with a little bit of heat.
So I didn't get this pumpkin pie spice. I got straight up pumpkin
Yeah.
and then heat from the chili, and it's
Yeah.
just maybe it's just a
Chili
different.
pepper.
Why'd they need the heat? Like, I think it would have been fine without the heat, but you're just adding. I don't know. That felt like a shit. That I'm sure it sells. It's going to sell.
It would be it'd be interesting to get like a whole categorization, and I would love to see it in a small.
It could be interesting to see if they do it again next year, or if they
The pumpkin?
tweak the recipe next
It's been
year.
around
Like,
since 2017 at least.
but as it always had the spice in it.
It's always been atomic pumpkin. I feel like if you're not putting the spice, what's the atomic? I mean, it's one of those. Where
It's Voodoo Ranger.
Well, and that's their
You can do
gimmick.
goofy names.
Is
Yeah.
that well? But I think that's their gimmick. Is that this is a spicy pumpkin because, to your point, there's 1,000 pumpkin beers out there, and ours is different because it's spicy.
Yeah, that's what I think they did, and it's got to be doing enough. It's also seasonal. It's not a year round.
I needed some more spice then. If that was the case, I need a little bit more spice.
You want more spice?
Bro.
If you're going to go spicy pumpkin,
We didn't
don't.
finish these.
I know, but if you gave me a little bit more heat, my interest would be piqued.
Okay.
If they leaned into cinnamon heat like Fireball, like I'm thinking Fireball cinnamon heat. Okay,
I
now you
a little
got
bit
me.
left in my glass.
Yeah.
Am I really gonna have to finish this?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
If you made it a little more like Fireball, because then the cinnamon leans into the pumpkin pie spice, that makes sense. But it's just not enough. It's there in the background for me as somebody who likes spicy things.
So I don't like anything about it, but they did a real good job of balancing cinnamon, pumpkin,
In the heat,
and
the
in
peppers.
heat.
Yeah.
Like
The
you
peppers
taste all
hit you at the end.
You flow through all three of them.
Each time I drink, I'm like, no, it's fine. It's just a pumpkin. Oh,
No,
there it is.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
They did a real good job with it.
Yes.
It may be their best beer that I don't like.
Yes, that is the best put together beer we've had today.
Of their stuff, like there
It's
is.
just not hitting for me.
Yeah, it's just not what I
I
want.
don't want to drink it, but they hit all of it.
Yeah, that's a solid point. Man, I respect. I was going to say this earlier that they found it. They found a thing that they latched onto. You're seeing this more and more. You brought it up earlier. The Dead Guy. Dead Guy is now a brand.
Yeah.
It is now its own. Like, okay, we have even whiskey. We have Dead Guy whiskey. We have Dead Guy ale. We're going to do a Dead Guy IPA. We're going to. People have seen what Voodoo Ranger has done and realized there's a market for like a sub brand if you can make that function and make that successful. And man, New Belgium, I mean,
People
no
have
disrespect,
retired.
but like what other, can you name any other New Belgium beers besides Voodoo Ranger
And Fat Tire.
and Fat Tire?
Yeah, no, people have
Nope.
retired based on this brand.
Yeah. you found something that kept and that's the benefit to them, right? Like they were a known brand, and if I were in Fort Collins, Colorado, I'm sure as heck gonna go to New Belgium just for the history of it, just for that. But they found a way to adapt to the changing market.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we're not out here drinking Fat Tire all the time, but like of the Voodoo Ranger or that, please bring me more Fat Tire. But you found a freaking fruit punch IPA that's gonna sell to whatever's next. Like, and it's one of those things that maybe there's somebody there that is brewing it and loves it, but this to me kind of speaks to the brew what the market wants.
Yes.
Not necessarily just what you want. Like, that's this vibe. Like, if we were running a brewery, like, I would be so pissed to have
This
Fruit Force be my like
number one seller.
But if it's what
sells
and makes it so you can brew the other stuff that you want, and that's what's sold like locally.
Well, and I don't know.
It is what it is,
I
man.
haven't done a ton of research on New Belgium as a brewery, so I don't know what else. Literally, I know them for Fat Tire and Voodoo Ranger.
100%.
So maybe in their brewery, they have a whole bunch of quirky craft stuff that I'd be super interested in, but
yeah. Brian brought up a great point. So, like the adage, the customer is always right.
Is a terrible.
Very familiar, but it originally meant not the customer can be an absolute turd to you and you have to take it.
no,
It used to mean if something is getting bought off the shelf
that's
by
what
the
you lean
customers,
into. Yep.
they are correct.
Mm-hmm.
The Voodoo Rangers started going, and they've expanded the line in ways which people are buying it.
Yeah.
It is flying off the shelves. Just shut up. Don't worry about it. Just keep making it, keep leaning into it, make some new things. And if it keeps selling, do it. You're B Corp. You're doing everything in a great way possible. You're making tons of money.
Yeah.
You don't need to. Hopefully they are.
Don't think about it.
Hopefully the brewmaster is in the back.
Don't think about it. Just do it.
Just do it. Hopefully the brewmaster is in the back coming up with the new thing. Maybe they come up with something to go in the Fat Tire line. Maybe Fat Tire starts. It's like the Marvel universe. There's the Voodoo Ranger universe. Hopefully the Fat Tire universe gets to expand. I would love to see a Fat Tire or Fat Tire side IPA
maybe
show up. Something a little more classical for a non 20-year-old palate, which this feels like. All these are good beers, but it is definitely
younger than us demographic for sure. Which is why this is the first time that we've had them.
Pulling it up, like there is, I'm seeing more that's New Belgium branded that I've had, and like I forget about. They do they call it Seasonal. Accumulation IPA. It went through a rebrand.
I had one of those.
Yeah.
NASCAR race.
They do. Yes, you're right. They do a dark beer called 1554. Like it's an old ass recipe, like literally 500 years ago.
They've had a bunch. Voodoo Ranger
Triple. That's known for.
But I'd love to see it more on the shelves.
Here's what I say.
Than Voodoo.
Did you know? They made a Red Robin 1969 lager.
Nice.
That literally is for the Red Robin restaurant.
No idea.
Right?
Did not hear about it.
I've never. People checked it in at Red Robin, but
anyways,
it's one of those respect the game, like what they've done.
Oh,
like,
absolutely. Will you buy one of these in the wild?
When there's everything, when I go to, particularly, I think of a grocery store. That's where I'm like,
okay,
zero chance I'm buying one of these at a tap room bottle shop, if they're even in there. When I go to a grocery store, there still is enough other stuff. I'm not a buy one, like solo big can. Like I just don't ever do that.
Right.
So it's not a thing for me. It would literally need to be like, if we are at a place and I need craftish beer, I just don't know when that's the one thing that's there. Like at a grocery, even a gas station.
Well, and we
Even
talked
gas
about
stations have other craft beer. Like
Yeah.
I don't know that there's a time that I'm gonna.
This would maybe be a Vegas. I'm really starting my day out. I might grab one to sit and walk the strip instead of a 3-pack of
Bro, I will
Tecate.
split a 19.2 with
Yeah.
some of y'all to get
Yep.
for the Juice Force.
Mm,
Well, you guys close this out
Juicy Haze.
because I cannot. There's
All right.
IPA in my bladder that I have to get rid of.
All right.
'Cause I'm
Sounds
old.
good. Well, that's good because our glasses are empty.
Yeah.
Hopefully yours
Except for
are
the
too.
pumpkin.
Well, except for the pumpkin. Hopefully yours are too. And we will catch you next time. We've snuck in 2
Like the rice lager.
single beer reviews. We could have knocked this out in like an hour.
Why is all the water running?
Because he's peeing in the shower.
If you are picking up what we were putting down, please like and subscribe on your podcast platform of choice. And reach out to us at A Beer Review on social media if you have a beer you would like us to review.